Quantum physics and Einstein's theory of relativity and his famous equation E equals mc squared defines the equation for energy. Energy equals mass times the speed of light squared. On the most basic level, the equation says that energy and mass, or matter, are interchangeable. They are different forms of the same thing. So every object has an enormous amount of energy within it. But quantum physics shows us that the amount of energy potential within the space between the solid stuff is exponentially larger than the energy within the solid matter. The space between our cells and the space between our atoms is the source of the most extreme energy on the planet. So just living in a three-dimensional physical world and defining our reality by biology or by solid stuff around us massively reduces our potential and our power. So if our cells are constantly regenerating, why do we hold on to mental, emotional, and physical pain and disease? I believe because the world tells us we're not enough. Unprocessed trauma creates limiting beliefs and perceptions about ourselves, which cause us to hold on to fear or shame or guilt, and then think, feel, and behave in ways that embed those beliefs. Our 24/7, fast-paced, destructive, consumptive, information overloaded world constantly drip feeds the messages that we need to do more, or know more, or be more, or have more. Marketing and advertising tells us we're not enough as we are, and we need to look younger, or be thinner, or eat this, or don't drink that. All that external noise takes us further and further away from our inner wisdom and our inner knowing in our heart and soul. And it keeps us in a disempowered, victim-like state where we feel like we're being done to and have no choices and no control. Two sources of wisdom I've hugely resonated with over the years, have been a big inspiration to me, are Dr. Gabor Mate and Dr. Zach Bush. And Dr. Mate says, disease is an outcome of generations of suffering, of social conditions, of cultural conditioning, of childhood trauma, of physiology, bearing the brunt of people's stresses and emotional histories, all interacting with the physical and psychological environment. And Zach Bush says, if we're going to break humanity free and we're going to move to a point that we're going to stop manifesting more chronic disease with every generation, we're going to have to tap into this regenerative potential. So we have to take back our power, recognize the huge amount of potential we have to tap into when we let go of limiting beliefs, of unhelpful stories and narratives that we've learned to believe about ourselves, or other people's stories projected onto us to keep us small and disempowered, and generational patterns of thinking, feeling, and behaving that tell us we're not enough.